Hi everyone, it's Mippy from Basically Bonsai, and today I'm going to be working on my Schefflera Banyan style. If you found your way to my channel, then I'm sure you are already very familiar with Nigel Saunders' channel, and so this tree might look a little familiar. It was originally created by Connor, and it was inspired by Nigel's own Banyan Schefflera. He used the same process to create this particular tree while he was learning, and then I ended up getting it, and today it's time for its first pot. At the beginning of this summer, I actually defoliated and hard pruned back pretty much the entire planting, so it has been growing very vigorously over the summer. So we've got to get all these roots sorted out so I can actually get it out of this basket, but it's not tied in or anything. There we go. I had to cut some roots that had grown in and out and woven themselves into the basket, but we finally got it out. Just took a little bit of effort. I'm trying to work all of the original substrate out from between the roots. This planting has wonderful, really fine roots throughout the entire thing. Really easy to work with. There's just a lot of it. The trickiest part about working all this out is getting in and around all the different trunks, all the aerial roots. Try to get everything I possibly can clear. And I think this started out as individual trunks, but everything's just completely woven together. I don't think I'd ever be able to get them separated again if I wanted to. I'm not going to do a lot of pruning on this tree today, but there were some obvious choices that need to come out. Things that were growing back in or on the bottom. So let's just get those out of there while we can. Now, I've cut this down to a mere 15 minutes, but this took me the better part of an afternoon to actually do. So, gonna need to remember to keep hydrating the roots throughout this whole process. I don't want to stress out the tree because it is in September. I know it's more ideal to repot these guys earlier in the summer so they bounce back quicker. So we'll do everything we can just to keep track of it and take care of it throughout this whole process. As you can see, This planting has beautiful, beautiful fine roots. So I'm really just getting rid of any wonky ones, trimming the long ones shorter. I don't have to do too much, really. It almost feels a little bit like cheating, to tell you the truth, considering I got this tree from Connor in really a beautiful state. But I absolutely adore this tree. I'm so excited to continue working on it. I'm glad to give it its first official pot. So the pot that I picked out is a cream-colored Japanese pot that I bought from Chris Hendry, the bonsai guy, for those of you who are local. And I think it looks really beautiful with it. I agonized over the decision a bit. Had to consult all of my bonsai buddies before I finally bought it, but I think it was the right choice for this tree. Using the little staple-like method that I was taught from one of our senior members at the Bonsai Club. I can never get the little bunny ear twirls right. This is much easier. There were no tie-in specific holes in this pot, so I'm just going to go up through the drainage holes and have the 2 lines, and that should be more than enough for this planting. At least I hope so. For soil, I've got a mix of a whole bunch of different aggregates in there, and then a little bit of pine bark. Maybe a little more pine bark than some people would like to use. It's probably about no, not quite a third, maybe about a quarter. But I'm always worried about things drying out and not getting the moisture, and I've had issues with that in the past, so better be safe. Just gotta find the right spot for it, front to back, side to side. Wiggle it down from the mound that I put in the middle. One aerial root wants to go out the back, but we can just tuck it in once we get the soil in. And otherwise, it looks great, I think. So I want to make sure I'm not pinching any of the larger roots. Try my best to tie it in. That ought to do it. Now, getting all the soil in around all of these roots and aerial roots, this is going to take a while. Every time I thought I got it all filled in, I found more pockets that had to be chopsticked in. So I will spare you guys the probably good hour or so I spent just using this chopstick to wiggle everything in, and we'll jump forward to the finished product. All repotted. I love all of the tangled roots. Just looks so wild. Absolutely adore it. I can take zero credit. It was all Connor. But the rest is up to me. I want to get rid of this guy. He's coming up from underneath. There's already another branch right there, so I don't need that. As I said before, I'm not doing anything drastic with the pruning. Just shortening some of the longer stuff back. And pruning off a few things that I know we won't need in the future. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Even just maybe 6 months ago, I was still really afraid to work on my trees. And then, I did a really great workshop and got some of the guidance I guess I needed. And now I can just go snip, snip, no problem. So this middle tree, I'm not taking anything off of it. It's the front primary tree, so I really want to give it the chance to get a little bit thicker. So we'll leave all of the vigor there and hopefully bulk it up a bit more. And there she is. Repotted in her beautiful new pot. Pruned up as much as I'm gonna do it for now. I'm so happy with how this turned out. And to finish everything off, nice drink. And make sure all of those roots are fully hydrated again after a long afternoon of work. And then there is our final inspector. Lily, of course, had to give it her thumbs up. I think she likes it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.